Hi Derek, I look for a new video or up-to-date video on this backup. I'm just going to do you a quick video, try to make it real brief. Yeah, I'll give you a longer version, but mostly it comes down to the settings. So here's the page. When you do the free download, you can put any junk email in here. They don't even really check it. I'll pause this and just show you once it's all set up and walk you through some of the key parts of it. Okay, I've got the program's all downloaded and open, and it'll open up looking like this. You just put later for the option there. I've also given you some links here, and I'll add these in the emails, but it goes over some of the finer settings that I'm going to try to digest for you quickly. Okay, so what you do is you go in here to work with a file. Also, there's a menu over here, but this is kind of the default setup here. And what you can do is you can find your whatever file you're looking for. So I can go to my documents here and look into my Camtasia Studio. This is just a regular, actually, just one sec. It likes to back up an entire folder. It doesn't do a lot of subfolders. So if you have well, obviously you're just going to be backing up a folder, but you need to put a bunch of things into one big folder if you don't have it already set up like that. But with your backup, you will. So just grab the whole folder, and then you just choose a destination. You can rename it here if you want to, and you can choose your space here. You browse here, find out where it's going to go to. So you're going to do a local drive, and you can just choose your wherever you want to send it to, and you can send it to someplace local. Even got my documents here. I could put it inside of another folder if I wanted to. Right, so and I just press OK when I get this together. So I have this is where it's going to, this is what I'm backing up, and you can just put a description, whatever I want. So here's what we're working with here. We got scheduling. You have to press this blue to get into the scheduling. Let's say you want to do a daily schedule. This one-time backup is pretty nice. You can actually set up incremental backups, and this is an incremental one. Actually, this is the kind of backup that's happening here, and we're going to go through what these mean. Incremental and differential has to do with fully replacing files if they're newer, and one of them only replaces files if part of them's newer or something like that. You can wake up the computer, you can log in, and you don't really want to use the one-time backup. That's just going to happen right now. But once you get into daily, you have this chance to even back it up multiple times per day, and we're probably not going to use that, but let's just say you went into weekly, or even daily is fine. Just set up a certain time, and it can wake up your computer if you want, or just run it when you turn on. And this is going to be the key thing that we'll go over. Let's do that. Let's go over that right now. I've got some text here to work with on that. So I can let you read these also. I've got the links, all these links for you. This full backup is just going to wipe everything and put everything back in place. The differential backup is the data that's changed since the last full backup. They're just saying they'll get longer and longer. This incremental is a backup of the data that's changed since the last backup, no matter what kind of last backup you use. This is probably going to be your most useful one. It will not re-backup files from previous tasks, but it's a little bit slow to put back to restore if you ever need to restore your files, because it's got to stitch it together from multiple files. But basically this will probably be the one that you use. Right, it backups all the data has changed. Both of these only back up the data that's changed. It's probably doing it just by date. It's not going to I'm not sure how much stitching it'll do, but you can look at these yourself, see what you think about them. Now back into the setup here. This is just the scheduling, and you can have it, if you're going to have it wake up your passworded computer, you'll need this. If not, don't worry about it. Now this, as far as this first daily backup, you get to choose which one happens. I don't know, it's a little bit confusing honestly, but you you don't have to click that. And it looks like you're only going to do one a day at the most anyway, so you don't need to worry about that. So once you're done with that, just save it. That's fine, and then you've got it scheduled. I wouldn't worry about this too much. This is mostly for large images. I'm not even going to go into that right now, but the most important thing here is the backup options, and I think you're asking more about what's in there. Unless you shouldn't need encryption, which is obviously like a security thing. Performance, I wouldn't worry about that much. Don't worry about email notifications. Don't worry about any of this stuff. Oh, you can exclude certain files if you don't want to keep backing them up over and over again. I guess you can browse this and say, okay, exclude that file, that file. And then here's the advanced settings here. These file security settings, I don't think you have to worry about, but this is like, if it's admin access only, it'll preserve that stuff. This is, don't worry about that, I read about it. It's like an external link for certain files. And then space, this is just normal. I wouldn't worry too much about any of these advanced options, just letting you know that they're in here. And that's about it. Once you've got this thing set up, save it, and you're good to go. And it'll schedule right now. Obviously, once you get it, you can edit it, and you can also open the locations here. After it's done, it'll list it down here. Right, so I can edit it, no problem. After it's done, it'll list it down here, and you can always right-click on it once it's done and do a restore if that's what you need to do. Or once you've made the backup, you can go inside of it and right-click and force restore it at any time. Recovery, right. If you have any problems, let me know. I can come over and set this up with you, but I just want to make you a quick video because there's not much on YouTube that's actually much better. So, okay, the end for now. Sorry it's a little bit blurry, but it's a really nice program. I used it. It works really well. It's stable. Like I said, it strips a lot of restrictions off of the backups that might give you problems down the road. And we'll chat later. Bye.